Hey, what's going on, everybody? Good morning. Good morning, everyone. Happy Tuesday. Welcome to our morning note. Do this every morning, every weekday morning while markets are open at 9 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. Make sure to catch us, subscribe, and like our videos. We really do appreciate it. My name is Carlos Garcia, founder and CEO of G.A.R Capital. Welcome again. Let's go ahead and talk about futures this morning. Dow futures are up 284 points. NASDAQ futures up 70 and S&P futures up 1%. Russell 2000 futures, which is the IWM, up about 1.44%. The VIX is about to test the 30 below handle, down about 4.4%. Crude oil up about 1%. Bitcoin futures up about 0.68%. Gold futures up 0.45%, and silver futures up 0.66%. 10-year yield, 10-year yield is up slightly, with the 10-year bond prices going down in the futures. Dollar yen is down 106.61. Dollar index is down about 0.5%, which is looking good for equities, and the gasoline futures up about 2% pre-market. So let's talk about what happened last night. Right around 10 o'clock last night, I don't know if you guys were asleep or anything, depending where you are in the world. Peter Navarro was on, who's the trade ambassador for United States to China. He's been that negotiator for the president and the administration. Well, last night on Fox News, he said that the trade deal was over. Like it's over, he said, and that brought equities futures to go down about 420 points on the Dow. On E-mini futures, we tapped about 30.59. Within 10 minutes, he literally backtracked that and said, "No, that's not what I meant. The trade deal is not over. It's just that the trust is over. Phase one is still in place." The president even went on Twitter to say, "Nothing has changed. Everything is fine." So if that doesn't prove to you that this administration does care about the stock market, is not watching futures almost at a nightly basis and watching out for the stock market, I don't know what else they could tell you. We said this on our podcast that this administration will not let the markets fall. And if that is not proof to you, I don't know what is. If you guys are not invested in the stock market, forget options. If you don't want to trade options, that's fine. Just buy companies that you like for long-term investing. Forget quick flip. I'm talking about just investing in good companies. Apple, Microsoft, Amazon, PayPal, United Health, Costco, those kind of names that there's no other reason why not to be invested in your money in the stock market while rates are still low. Now, obviously, have proper risk in mind. Don't ever invest money that you can't live without. But again, you have to be saving money that way. It's the smartest way to go. It's just, well, not the only way to go, but it's the smartest way to go. So with that being said, Apple hit an all-time high. I'm going to go over some headlines with you. I still have that Roku trade to the long 135 calls for this week. It is up slightly pre-market, of about $1 pre-market. I was looking for a close at 130. We tapped 134.81. We were up about 20% on the trade, and then we fell. So let's see if we get that continuation. Let's see if we can tap 135 today. It does like to move. The Dow being up is a good sign. So let's see. Let's go over some of the upgrades and downgrades today. UBS raised the price target on Apple. We own shares in Apple. Again, I like to give that disclaimer from 325 to 400. Cowen raises price target on Peloton from 54 to 70. Take a look at Peloton today. BMO downgraded Micron, which brought down AMD and Nvidia. We talked about the chips. They are down. Well, Nvidia is not down pre-market. It is just flat-ish pre-market, not as high as it was. KeyBank upgraded JB Hunt. Oppenheimer downgraded MasterCard to perform from outperform. I own Visa, not MasterCard. And AbbVie was upgraded to outperform from equal weight. And that's the big one here was UBS raising Apple. That's pretty big. So good stuff there. If you're a lot of upgrades came in on Apple. I mean, it is hitting all-time highs, so everyone's trying to get on it. If you want to take a look at Peloton for a trade, take a look at it. I would say a break about 55.03. If you break that, then you could probably play some calls uh, for the stock. That's something I'm watching as well. Apple we played yesterday with Signal Service, and so did Microsoft, and they both hit. So good stuff. We also have traded futures in our portfolio, and we're long the Nasdaq and long E-mini futures. So pretty good stuff all around. Let's see what's moving pre-market. So we're gonna go to Market Watch, pre-market screener. I'll go ahead and bring that up here. All right, and we can see that American Airlines just issued some new stock. They also issued some new bonds. They're down about 7%. Visa's up about 1%. Norwegian, Carnival, the cruise lines are up slightly Apple, as we know, is up 1.5%, new all-time highs. Banks are up, with Bank of America being up. Ford Motor Company up. Boeing is up slightly. Macy's is up. Spirit Aerosystem Holdings, that's not Spirit Airlines, down 4%. Microsoft up another 1%, new all-time high again. And Advanced AMD Micro Devices is up slightly pre-market from 55.12 to now from 54.76 at the close. So that's where we are currently pre-market. Let's go ahead and answer some questions here. Pietro says good morning. Good morning. G's up says it's too late to get into the Roku calls. No, it's not. Retired Knicks fan, how you feeling about space calls? I don't have any space calls at the moment. I just own the stock, and I've been saying that space needs to break $18 until I do anything. Do you see a strong day or a Tuesday sell-off? I have Qs in the money. I say continuation to the upside, so long. Paul says, good morning. Got some NASDAQ calls. Would you hold sell at the open up about 20%? I would hold them. I think we continue to the upside, but what your target is, I don't know. Let's see. I just got a news alert on Royal Caribbean extends suspension of cruising. Okay. Alibaba, let's go and take a look at it. I own that stock as well. Alibaba, let's see if we break that high of 226.70 before we play that. We played it last time with the live trading, so that's one of our favorites. We do like Alibaba. UBS just raised price target on Morgan Stanley and Goldman Sachs. I just retweeted that. If you want to take a look at our Twitter page at G.A.R Capital. What's BA waiting for? BA is waiting for buyers. That's usually the case. It's usually just waiting for buyers. If you don't have buyers, then it ain't gonna go anywhere. I own that stock as well, but it is up about $1 pre-market. Not exactly lighting the world on fire on that stock. You see good entry on Apple, Microsoft for some calls. Yeah, it's at all-time highs. Let's see if we get continuation. You're high on Apple. You need to break 365.27. On Microsoft, we're above that 200 level. 203.15 would be the high. Then you could probably play the 205s. But again, you still want to see the volume coming in. Apple and Microsoft, I mean, what more could you say? Those are two of my largest holdings in my portfolio. I mean, I'm very proud to own them. I've always recommended it to you guys, as always. You know, we've talked about it forever. I mean, there is no bad entry for the stock buy. Obviously, you want to buy in the dips if you're a long-term investor. When it comes to calls, just be very careful and look at your charts. But they're both at all-time highs, so there's no really resistance there. So you want to keep the strike pretty close to where your current price is. You see a good entry on, okay, just answer that. Just answer that. You guys are pretty quick. DocuSign, I don't own, but I think I had that question yesterday. You could see that level there. It kind of dropped pre-market. Let's see if it breaks that 173.99 level. I don't know if they have a lot of calls in there, but take a look at Peloton. That's one I'm watching today. I have an alert at 55.03 with that price upgrade. And of course, I'm watching Roku. Roku had a lot of volume come in yesterday. Anything good on Facebook? Facebook's been a weird one. I haven't. Everyone's been asking about it. 241.75 is my entry, or my break level. Wouldn't be an entry point because I don't have a limit order. But 241.75 would be that high. Let's see if we break it. If we break that, then I'll go and take a look at some calls. Just a heads up, guys. Don't forget, July 3rd, next Friday, the markets are closed. So you have a 4-day trading week next week. So enjoy your long weekend. We will not have a morning note that day. Just give you a heads up. That's next Friday. I'll remind you guys again. Non-farm payroll report will be next Thursday. With that being said. All right, so no other questions this morning. Pretty quiet day so far, so good. Just so you know, if you miss anything, remember this is always on our YouTube channel. Make sure to like and subscribe. Make sure to watch us every week, every day, 9 a.m. I do this every day with you guys. Our morning note. Thank you about Twitter. Was flat a few days. Yeah. Let's take a look at it. Be my last question here, so I can get back to the guys. Yeah, I have an alert at 35.30. We're still about $2 away from that. We're not going to get there anytime soon unless we get a big boost, but I don't see it happening. There was no price upgrades. Getting a slight fade here on futures now. Nothing crazy, just about 10 points. Do you see a strong day or Tuesday sell-off? I already answered that one, but yes, I do think we're going to have a strong day today. And no, I don't see a sell-off. If you have Qs, obviously just keep your target in mind, but I do see a strong day today. Can you look at sticker UPWK? Okay, last one. Upwork. I've never heard of that name. You see a nice little break. If you see break of 14.15, the highs, I guess you can go long, but I don't know much about them. What do you think about PFPT? PFPT. Proof point. I've never heard of this name. If you're talking about an investment, that's a whole different ballgame. But you could see that it's pretty much going to the downside. I don't see what you're trying to do there. But I don't know much about it, to be honest with you. We'll go and leave it there, guys. I'll catch you guys tomorrow for our morning note, 9 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. Have a great rest of your Tuesday, and we'll catch you guys tomorrow. Make sure to like and subscribe. Appreciate you.